sleep. It's fantastic. When I was living in Verbier as a young freestyle skier, just starting out, I lived in this share house, and Verbier was a fun ski resort. And what I'd try and do is fit in as much as I could. I think I suffered from FOMO back then. I just was scared of missing out on anything. The parties were so good at night, I'd stay out all night until about 4 or 5 o'clock. Then I'd sleep solid for 4 hours and get up first thing in the morning, around 8, and be up skiing all day long. I would ski right until lifts close. Then I'd get back to the chalet and sleep for another 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, and then get up, have dinner, and then party again all night long. I would split my sleeping in two, so 2 4-hour shifts. But always by the 7th day, I was so exhausted I would need to sleep through. I wouldn't miss out on the skiing. I would just miss out on the partying and sleep through the night and have a big long sleep. So I'd have to do that once a week. I don't think it was the best for me. During that time in Verbier, I was cranky sometimes. Things would get me angry. It didn't work for me. But boy, I had a lot of fun. No one really knows the real reason for sleep. Rest. We need rest. But we know what it does to our own bodies when we don't get enough sleep. I see it with my kids. I've got 2 young children, and boy, if they don't get enough sleep, boy, they are cranky and difficult to deal with, and they don't make rational decisions. We don't need science to tell us sleep is important. We know it's so important. Athletes, serious athletes, know the importance of rest. Obviously, I wasn't that serious back in Verbier. I was just traveling the world and having a good time. But really serious athletes, they have, I've heard some up to 9 hours sleep because they're pushing their bodies a bit more physically. But if someone pushes their mind as well, you need that sleep, because it's not just about the physical body. It's about resting your mind, resting your emotions, perhaps even letting your spirit soar. That's what dreaming's all about. I don't know. We definitely don't want to skimp out on sleep. It's more important than working out or eating. Sleep. You need it. Now, sure, there's been times when I'm behind schedule on something and I need to work late through the night. It's all right to do it once. In fact, I've heard that you can go one night without sleep and still perform at your best. But if you go another night, then we have some serious consequences. So every once in a while, I may do it. But I still put sleep at the most important thing, and would rather miss out on other things. Yeah, getting up at super early in the morning to work out is counterproductive. Sleep. How much sleep is important? I found personally for me, it's 8 hours. And I think it's best to have it in one shift, not 4 hours here and 4 hours there. I've heard some people, as long as you get 8 hours within a 24-hour period, it's okay. Me, I like to just do it. And 8 hours. I can get away with 7 hours for quite a few nights, but then I find after a while that fatigue sets in and I need my 8 hours. I think it's good to experiment and find out what's best for yourself. Some people say even less. And it's different for different ages. The younger you are, obviously the longer, more hours you need. And there is a recommendation chart by most governments. I know my kids, they need a lot of sleep. It's funny, as you get really old, like my dad, he's 91, They say you need less sleep, but boy, he sleeps a long time, and he's one of the fittest 91-year-olds I know. Sleep deprivation is one of the favorite torture techniques of tyrannical governments and forces. So why would you torture yourself, huh? Why? Don't torture yourself. Sleep. Now, how do you get a good, deep sleep to fully rest yourself? It's different for all of us. What I like to think about, though, is a dark cave. You don't want light in your room. I don't want a room on the 3rd floor of a building looking out at a magnificent view. I don't need a view while I'm sleeping. I just want it dark and I want it cool. But I also don't like air conditioning. So even if I am in tropics or a hotter climate, I like to just use a fan to blow across me to keep cool, not artificial air conditioning. But most of the time I like it cool and I like it dark. But I still want a window to know when it's light, so when it's the right time to get up. So natural light coming in. I like my bed to be as comfortable as possible. Don't skimp on a bed. You spend a third of your life in bed, you might as well make it as comfortable as possible. And whatever mattress works best for you. I have a natural latex. That's what I love. And it works really well for me and my family. I use natural sheets, not synthetic sheets, so cotton. Some people put a wool underlay. I've heard of people sleeping on magnets. Earthing your bed, getting it connected to the earth. The main thing is keeping electronics out of your room. If you need an alarm clock, I put it in another room. If you can't do that, put the alarm clock at the other end of the room. Really, sleep is sacred. You need to do whatever you can to make the sleep the best. Pillows. It's important. Make sure your pillow's comfortable. Now, this pillow I have, latex, natural latex. It's probably a bit thick. It's good when I'm sleeping on my side like this. Now I'm talking to you. It keeps my neck straight. But when I sleep on my back, and I always go to sleep first on my back, it's always without it. I always put the pillow out of the way and just right on my back. Nice, straight. As comfortable as possible. Sleep. It is fantastic. How easy is this habit? Just sleep for 8 hours. It's an incredible daily habit that you need to do. And it's so easy. Till next time, keep the spirit.